Finally, 3 points for Wolves. We haven't been able to say that for such a long time now. Not the best performance, I don't think, but we'll just take it. First half, I thought we were not very good. We looked really bad down that left side. Obviously, we've gone back to a 4 at the back. We're really struggling for a position for that left back, obviously. He keeps putting different people there. No one's really suited to that position with the injuries. No offence to Kilman, but obviously I don't think he should be playing there. I would much rather have Semedo played there and then he played Adama or Højbjerg on the other side. But because every time Saka was going down now, I really felt like they was going to score and create something, which they did really in that first half. Got a bit lucky with the offside. Then obviously we go 1-0 down, Pele mugging the two guys off with a nuts, and then a bit of poor defending from Connor Cody again. And then I think we get a bit lucky to get the penalty. I do think it was a red card though. Last man, even though it was accidental, it looked like it was going to score. So for me, it has to be a sending off. And you can bet your ass on Ruben Neves scoring a penalty. So I think when the guys come out at half time, they probably gained a bit of confidence off that, because 10 men, they felt like they could really go at them. And then a bit of Neves-esque again off Moutinho. I didn't think he could even kick the ball that far. I thought he could only pass it backwards or sideways. So I think after that, the boys really gained confidence. I think the performance was much better after that. I think it was a bit of weight lifted when that goal went in, because we really struggled to score from open play. But yeah, it was nice to see. I thought Adama Traore, I don't know what Nuno said to him at half time, but he was a different player that in the second half. That first half performance, he was literally not even turned up. He was awful. But then he come out and he done what he should be doing for the full 90 minutes. You know, he had him on toast in that second half. Then obviously we get a bit of luck. They go down to 9 men. I really thought though that we should have killed the game off. Again, we make it a bit difficult at the end, which we seem to love doing this year. So it would have been nice to get 3-1, but 3 points, we'll take the win. But I'd still think that for the next game, we need to sort out our defence.
Just when you need a bit of luck on your side, we get that. And we probably did need that as well, to be fair. That first half performance wasn't great, as we expected. Four at the back, we were being ripped apart, we were being opened up with the ball over top, the ball through. And we had the offside going our favour correctly, of course. But Saka looked like a man possessed, and you can only see it going one way, really. And then David Luiz appears and does his best impression of a clown yet again. Saved our arse. Great penalty from Neves, and then second half, Moutinho brings that out of his locker from rolling back the years from about 5 years ago. And that's it. And then you have Leno doing his best Kevin Pressman impression when, just why? And then the game's over. It's just a procession then. It's like a keep the ball, don't mess it up. And for once we didn't. So it's really hard how you can't really evaluate it because of the weirdness that went on. But obviously we ain't going to turn down 3 points. And at the situation and the state we're in at the minute, that's all we need. So we move on. We'll see.
Fucking hell. What a game that was. Look, I ain't going to say it was the best game in the world for us, but, you know, at one point was playing against fucking 9 men. But it's a win. It's what we needed. That goal from Moutinho screamed confidence to me. You know, it's frustrating that we know we can play sometimes. Again, there's going to be a lot of fans out there, oh, it was against 9 men. But it was a win. It was what we needed. You know, I think the lads looked a lot better at times. It's just, I'm taking the win. I'm taking it as it is. That's it. You know, fucking Leno, stupid from Leno. But great goal from Moutinho. You know, can't put that past him. Silly from Luiz. It was a weird one with Luiz. Look, the ref is fucking shit for so many reasons tonight. Luiz, it's a shame because he's clicked him, yeah. The rules say it's a red. I think it's a soft red. The Leno one's a blatant fucking red. He's handballed it outside the box. But the fact that he's give a fucking throw-in at one point when we got a corner is disgusting. And he's give a throw to us when it was Arsenal's throw at one point, which obviously I'm going to take because I'm a Wolves fan, but the fucking reffing is shocking. And why VAR is not being used to back up shit decisions. All it took was 2 seconds for them to say, it's a fucking corner. You know, that's all I've got to say. But the fucking pride in these shit fucking refs and this VAR system that they can't go against each other is shit. Now, I've turned this video into me going mad about that throw-in, and I told Dan I would, because it fucking riled me up. But we won, and that's all that matters. Let's have a bit of a confidence boost, eh, boys? Up the fucking wafflers!
Talk about breathing a huge sigh of relief, guys. 3 points, welcome. A hell of a lot of work to do still. I think, the old adage of it doesn't really matter how they come, but as long as you get the points, doesn't really hold true for me. I think there's still a lot to be quite concerned about with that performance. But at the same time, the change in shape, the extra players in attack, I think we still got into attacking areas more often today than we did against Palace and Chelsea combined, which, ultimately I think is the way forward. I think we need to persist with this shape for a run of games so people can get a little bit more comfortable with it in possession specifically. We came up against a good Arsenal side, to be fair to them. They played well, very well first half, and you wouldn't have argued with us being a couple of goals down. But certain things go your way. You put people in a uncomfortable position. They make bad mistakes, like we did at the end of that first half. And things will run for you, but you have to be in the attacking parts of the pitch to make people make decisions like that, to foul you, to get penalties, etc., etc. And we haven't been doing that enough. So I hope Nuno persists with it. Now we won with a screamer. I think if we had kept it at 1-1 for longer parts of the game, I'm sure we would have gone on to dominate it further and further. But in the end, I think it was just about keeping the ball and just making sure we saw the game out. And I wasn't surprised to see us kind of just try and keep Arsenal at arm's length for the last half an hour, because they're very adept at that, really, Wolves. And I know it was against 9 men, but that's generally how we go about things. So hopefully Moutinho can pick up a little bit of confidence from this as well. He's the kind of, leader in terms of that passing, being crisp in possession, being technically adept, and building a little bit of confidence into his game will hopefully lead to a bit of confidence growing in the rest of them. So regardless of how uncomfortable Kilman was at left back, how much of a nightmare Semedo had at right back, I still think this is the way to go. And a monkey is most definitely off our backs.
Hi guys, great win in the end. Not the prettiest, but we did alright. Moutinho's goal was absolutely quality, really good, and Neves took a really good penalty. It's a fair play to them, especially Moutinho. 15 months without a goal, just really so happy for him. Defensively though, we're going to look loads better when Johnny Otto and when Marcel come back. I generally think Marcel as well in the team will help out, rotate some of the players in defence. Obviously we've got 3 days in between games, so if we can bring Marcel as a centre-back like he played for Lyon, maybe swap it around, give these players a bit of a rest, we can look solid, we can work out a good combination. But fair play, they did well. Cody and Bolly did really well. Kilman, few off bits, but he did okay. He's in an unnatural position in left wing back, but yeah, I think the defence, the midfield looked better for a change, so I'm really glad about that. Especially when Dendoncker came on and Vitania, and I think Vitania is going to be a great player, but he obviously got to work a little bit on his close range shooting, because he probably should have put that to bed. But great win, 3 points. And hopefully if Palace lose, I think we could be above them. So just what we needed. Not the prettiest, but let's move on. Next game, hopefully get some players back. FA Cup, let's go.
Well, what a crazy game of football that was. Where do you start? It feels strange almost to actually get a win, because I've kind of forgot what it feels like. I thought the first half, to be honest, we were really, really poor. I think Arsenal could have been, a couple of chances up. Really, really, weren't at it at all. We weren't, looking to close them down. Defensively, we looked poor. On the counter attack, we didn't even look like ourselves. We couldn't, string a couple of passes together. So I think we sort of got the rub of the green in terms of the decision to send David Luiz off. I mean, I think it was a sending off, but I think from then on, sort of the game turned in our favour. Neves again with a great penalty, and then as we say, second half, Moutinho with an absolutely brilliant strike and almost back to his best, and I think it almost shows that class is permanent. He ran the game, and he fully deserved, I think, man of the match tonight. Really, really great performance from him. And in the second half, I mean, we were pretty dominant. Without, again, Arsenal are down to 9 men almost. When Leno got sent off, which was an absolutely mad decision from him, an obvious sending off. But I think, as you'd expect, considering Arsenal were down to 9 men and definitely not at the races today, you'll take the win and sort of move on into Leicester at the weekend. So I'm just trying to look at the positives, really. Not the greatest performance, but at the end of the day, we'll take the win. Breeds more confidence, and bring on Leicester on Saturday.
What just happened, feels kind of difficult to judge that game because of all the factors that played into it, but we actually won a match and we've got 3 points, and it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's great to be able to say that again, but under the circumstances, if that was 11 versus 11 men, I can't see us winning that because Arsenal were a much stronger unit in the first half, providing much more threat. We rode our luck a lot with the VAR and all the chances they had hitting the post inside 35 seconds. We could have been 3 down in the first 20 minutes. So to come away from this with a 2-1 win, we can take a lot of encouragement from that. And I don't know where to begin with how we played, because starting with 4 at the back, I was a bit worried, but it gave us a lot more license to get forward. And in the first half, the glimpses that we had, it was slightly encouraging. We had a few goes. We had quite a lot of corners, threatening them on the wing. But the penalty came completely out of nowhere. I was resigned to going in 1-0 down at half time. And then second half, Moutinho, what a strike that was. Surely got to be goal of the season, at least so far. And I hope all the Moutinho haters who've been slagging him off the last month or so are eating their words, because he's one of the best midfielders we've had at the club. Form is temporary, class is permanent, and all that. And hopefully, you can see how happy the players were for him when he scored that. Hopefully, he takes a lot of confidence from that. Like I said, 11 versus 11, would we have won that? And it was nice to see us get at Arsenal and not sit back. When we went 2-1 up, we went for it. I mean, we had to when they were down to 10 men, and even not, especially 9 men. If we'd have not won that game, I'd have been asking all sorts of questions. But if we play like that against Leicester, I don't know what's going to happen. I in the last video, I said I couldn't see us beating Arsenal, but if we do, I'll happily eat my words and consider them eaten. If we have to get Leicester down to 10 men and 9 men to do whatever we need to do to come away from the game with a point at least, so be it. Do what you need to do, Wolves. Take encouragement from this win. It may not have been the ideal way to win, but this is just what we needed. So kick on, Wolves. Just feels great to say we got 3 points and got a win.
Just in the work car. It's a Wednesday morning here in Australia. I'm about to head off for my day of work. Was able to get up a bit early and watch the Wolves match. Majority of that first half, I thought that was another mistake. Terrible. Kilman's not a wide defender, and that was showing. Saka had the best of him all the first half, basically. And then the get out of jail card with the red card. I thought the red card was a bit harsh, actually. It was accidental, but the laws are the law. So he's got to go. Neves dispatched the penalty with ease, and then the second half, a completely different team, like the Wolves of old. Okay, against 10 men, but a lot quicker ball movement, better movement off the ball by players as well. And it was just, completely different. And then that thunder bastard from Moutinho, whew, what a cracker that was. And just, stranglehold of the game from then. And then obviously Leno with his brain fart, who knows what he was thinking there, right in front of the assistant as well. It was never going to get away with that. But 3 points, we'll take it. Still concerning that, 43 minutes of the first half was nothing really changed. That back four doesn't work. Go back to the three. Use your wing backs. Tighten it up. And okay, we got away with it today, but I think long term, it's not the solution. The solutions aren't in that squad.
Well, what can you say about that? Absolutely massive win. Going 9 games without a win would have been disastrous, but we was maybe lucky. We were definitely lucky tonight. Absolutely lucky. All I keep hearing Wolves fans saying is keep the faith. You got to keep the faith. Well, we had a divine intervention tonight because the 2 red cards that they've had, what are they doing? It's absolutely baffling professional footballers doing that in today's game. We did what we had to do when we had the men advantage. Probably should have won by more. Great block by Willy Bolly at the end. I mean, that's typical Wolves. We've got a 2-man advantage. We're sort of coasting the game, and we're still raising our heartbeats towards the end. Massive win. Thought Traore he'll be living in Cedric's head for a while. Nightmares, absolute nightmares. Cedric will have about Adama Traore for a long while now. Which, to repeat, massive win. 3 points on the board. It doesn't matter how you do it. Going back to the Chorley game, we beat Chorley. We got through that. Tonight we've done it. We've got the 3 points. We need to start looking up the table now. Forget what's happening behind us. Let's start getting more points on the board. Just come on, Wolves. Let's get up that table now. No looking back. I have no idea what Nuno's going to do the weekend because I would not go back 4 again. With that back 4, it's an absolute mess. Kilman's not a left back. We just need to be more assured in that centre defence. We need to bring someone in the summer to help Bolly. 3 points. Up the Wafflers.
What a result, lads, what a result. In all seriousness, I thought first 15 minutes we were going to get absolutely pummeled. We could have been 3 down, hit the bar and the post. Obviously had the one disallowed as well, which was marginal, but obviously VAR is offside. Look, a win's a win. It's only going to breed confidence, and reality is it doesn't really matter how we got the 3 points tonight. I think that, like I say, it doesn't really matter how we got those 3 points tonight. Took it anyway it come. Performance must improve. There still is a lot of improvement there, but you can tell there's a lack of confidence as well. So I think that moving forward, the confidence is going to build, and we're just going to build and build on that now. Standouts for me, I thought Willian Jose was superb. Again, he's been in the country, 7-8 days. Led the line really well, looked strong, looked physical, looked big. And Jan Moutinho, what a strike. What an absolute strike. And, I've been calling him out for his performances since Leeds away, really. I missed the old Jan Moutinho where he's been dictating play and being showing the form of being the best Wolves player I've ever seen in my lifetime. And that second half, as soon as he got the goal, you could see the confidence was back, spring back in his step, and he just dictated the rest of the half, really. Granted, against 10 men than 9 men, but he dictated the whole game then, really, from that way out. I would have liked to see him score a few more goals, but you know what? 3 points, keep the faith, up the Wolves.
Well, 3 points is 3 points. We'll take that. Thank you very much. Forgotten what it felt like almost. That was a bit of a crazy game, really, if I'm completely honest. Right from the very start, I kind of thought that we were dead and buried, and that we weren't really going to get anything from the game at all. Again, Arsenal were all over us for pretty much most of the first half. Then we got helping hand number 1 from our old mate David Luiz. Great penalty as well by Neves. And you can see that just gave us a little bit more impetus for the second half. And what a strike by Moutinho. Amazing. He only ever seems to do good goals, really. Delighted for him as well, because I think we've all been questioning him lately. And then helping hand number 2, literally hand from Bernd Leno. I don't know what he was doing there, but even then it wasn't really particularly comfortable. At 2-1, you could just see we were just playing it safe. We just needed those 3 points really, really badly. But just delighted to get a win, delighted to get 3 points. I'd like to say that we'll use it as a springboard to take forward to the next game, but we just don't know these days. But hopefully we'll get a good result against Leicester. Up the Wolves.